Hello and welcome or welcome back. Today's practice is just a quick morning yoga boost, especially if you need to just move your body without thinking too much, or if you're just feeling a little bit stiff perhaps, and you feel like you just need to move in all sorts of different directions and create a little bit of joy even to start your day. So no props are needed for this one, but if you know you like to practice with a couple blocks or a blanket perhaps, feel free to grab any props that you might like to practice with. And for this one, we skip Shavasana at the end. So this one is really more about just moving your body, just getting started into your day. So think about this one as just being your more of a movement practice. So we're going to get started in a tabletop position. So feel free to come onto hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And once you arrive in your tabletop, take a moment just to feel into your body. Feel that connection down into the hands. Maybe you start to sway a little bit side to side into the hips. You can even tuck your toes under, start to stretch through the toes, which is often sometimes a neglected part here, is to really stretch through the toes there. So just getting familiar with being on hands and knees, you can start to circle the pelvis. Just any movement here to help you start to wake up your body. Start your day, get that nice yoga boost. Start to connect to your breath, maybe even adding on a few cat and cows. You can take an inhale, lower the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, round your spine, bring your chin down towards your chest. So you can take a few cat and cows there, really feeling into this movement as you connect to your breath. Take a few more cat and cows. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And that's the breath that we're going to be working with, is just keeping a nice, slow, steady breath. And whenever you're ready, come back to a neutral tabletop. Extend the left leg behind you, just reaching through the toes. And feel free to pulse through that left leg, down into the left heel. Maybe feeling a little bit more stretch into the calf or that left hip flexor. And we'll shift back into the weight of the hands, pick up that left foot. Bring the left leg across the right leg, set the toes down, look over that right shoulder. Nice little stretch there through the left side body, maybe even through the outer hip there. Just notice where you're feeling it. And then sweep that left knee back in, come back to center. Extend the right leg behind you, toes engaged. Again, pulsing or just holding some pressure there. Just see what your body needs. Come back to your breath. And then shifting the weight up into the hands, pick up that right foot. Cross the right leg over towards the left. Look over that left shoulder. And that can feel so good on the outer hips there. So just check in there. Try not to go to your full range of motion, but just feeling into your body. And then sweeping that right knee back in. Start to extend the left leg out to the side, so kind of a gate pose. So I'm going to turn towards you so you can see what I'm doing here. So gate pose here. So left leg out to the side. Right knee is in a line with that right hip. And we're going to cat and cow in this position. So you might not be able to fully extend or flex the spine, but see how that feels. So on an inhale, start to lower the belly, lift the chest and the gaze. And exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. So it's an inhale to your cow pose. And exhale, rounding your spine, cat pose. One more time with your own breath there. And then sweep that left knee back in and then start to extend the right leg out to the right side there. So again, kind of think of this as a gate pose, but our hands are on the mat. And then inhale, start to lower your belly, lift the chin for cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, cat pose. So go ahead with your own breath and flow. A few more times just like that, really feeling into this movement. Creating a little bit of circulation and lubrication around the hip joints. Nice, long, slow, steady breaths. A few more times there with your cat and cow. Then after your next cow pose, sweep in that right knee. Let's take an inhale to extend the spine and an exhale for a child's pose. Just a brief extended child's pose here. And then we'll inhale, shift back up into the hands, extend the spine. Exhale to your extended child's pose. So now just creating that little bit of flow. Inhale, come back up to your cow pose, sorry. And exhale to your extended child's. So we're going to do that one more time. So it's an inhale, extend the spine, cow pose. Exhale, round the lower spine there. Come to your child's pose. And then inhale, come back up onto the hands and knees. Extend the right leg out by the right side again. But now we're going to come up onto that left knee. So true gate pose here, right leg extended out to the side. We'll take an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, right hand to the right leg, side bend to the right into any amount. We're just feeling that openness to the left side of the body. Inhale, reach both arms up and over, or up overhead. Exhale, left hand to your floor, right arm reaches up and over. So just stretching over towards the left side, reaching through that right side of body. Kind of thinking about stretching all the way from your right fingertips to your right toes. And then your next exhale, go ahead and plant the hands in front of you, and then sinking back into that left heel to any amount. Now you can tuck the left toes under or keep them untucked. And then inhale, come back up to tabletop, sweep in that right knee. We'll do that on the other side here. So extend the left leg out by the left side body. Come up onto that right knee now, gate pose. We'll take an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, lift hand to left leg, side bend to the left. Now feel that openness to the right side of the body now, right ribs. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Reach that left arm up and over to any amount. Supported side plank here. Back to your breath. And then your next exhale, windmilling the hands down onto the mat in front of you, sinking back into that right heel again to any amount there. Right toes can be tucked or untucked. And then an inhale, come back up to neutral tabletop there, sweep in that left knee. Now from here, we're gonna come back up onto hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Take an inhale, tuck the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Now from here, you might need to pedal out the feet a little bit, just to kind of wake up the legs, check in with how your hamstrings are feeling. Pushing into the palms of the hands, lengthen through the spine. Tailbone draws up towards the sky. And then we'll rise up on the toes, bend the knees, inhale to step forward, and exhale your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen sides of waist, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, extend a mountain, and exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. Plant the hands, step just the right foot back, lower right knee, take an inhale, come all the way up, sweep the arms up, low lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, twisting to the left, maybe hooking right elbow to left knee. Hands can be to heart, or hands can be together, palms together. Just finding a little twist here. Inhale, reaching up. Then exhale, release the hands down. Pick that back knee up, step the right foot forward to meet the left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, extend and mountain. And exhale to your chair pose. Sink the hips down a bit. And on your next inhale, straighten your legs, reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hand, step just the left foot back, lower that left knee. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead, low lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, twisting to the right, maybe hooking left elbow to right knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Pick up that left knee. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, your chair pose. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up. Exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back to a plank or modified plank with knees down. But we'll take an exhale to come all the way down. Inhale, curling up into a baby cobra or a cobra pose. Whatever back bend of choice you would like here. Staying here for a few breaths. Release the tension from the glutes. Let your legs be heavy. And then an exhale, just lowering all the way down, finding a neutral spine there. Inhale, pushing up into the hands, tabletop. Tuck your toes, take an exhale for a downward facing dog. So nice downward facing dog here. Take a few breaths. And rise up on the toes, bend the knees. Inhale to step forward. And exhale, your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, chair pose, sinking the hips. Sending the weight into the heels a little bit more perhaps. Bring hands to heart center here as you take a deep inhale. And then exhale your forward fold. Plant the hands, step back to your plank or modified plank. Exhale to lower all the way down. Now this time we're going to have the hands out wide out by our sides here and make little tents with your fingertips. So a little tents here, kind of coming up into this more cobra pose. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, release all the way down. Now take another inhale, ripple the spine up, striking cobra. And exhale to release all the way down, just rippling the spine down. Inhale, curl back up, back bend. And exhale to release. Inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push up into the hands. Take an exhale for a child's pose here. So in a child's pose, we'll be here just for a few breaths. So you might want to have your knees wide, create more space for the abdomen. Just allowing yourself to sink down into your child's pose. Once you arrive in your child's pose, come back to your breath. And just take a moment to feel the breath into the backside of the body. And as you exhale, see if you can soften a little bit more around the hips. And breathing deeply here. And let your body and mind relax. And we'll stay here for a few more breaths. And then start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders again. Push up into tabletop. We'll meet briefly there, back in tabletop. So take a few cat and cows here in your tabletop. So you can take an inhale to lower the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. So keep moving with your own breath and flow here. A few more cat and cows. And then just meeting me back in a neutral tabletop. We're going to flip onto our back. So feel free to keep your knees bent, feet planted here. And then we're gonna keep the right knee hugged in towards the chest. Extend the left leg long down the mat. With your left hand wrapping around that right knee, pull that right knee across down to the left here. So we want to just take a nice little gentle twist, a one knee twist. And then any variation for that right arm. I like to keep my left hand on my leg just to help draw that leg across. But any variation through that right arm, it can be out to a T, more up in an overhead position. But just finding a twist here that you can relax into. We won't be here very long. Take a few deep breaths. And then your next exhale, come onto your back, hug knees into your chest, maybe a little sway side to side. Nothing fancy, just really waking up the body here. Now keep your left knee hugged in towards the chest, extend the right leg long down your mat. We're going to wrap the right hand around left knee, pull that left knee across your right leg, find your twist. And again, any arm variation through that left arm, anything that's comfortable there. I kind of like to just have it out in sort of in the middle between a T shape here and a V shape. I like to really stretch through my upper armpits there, through the pecs, but just see what's available in your body, see what works, find something that you can just settle into this shape. Allow the spine to rotate, find this twist. Come back to your breath. And then your next exhale, just rolling onto your back again. Hug both knees in. And maybe a little circling through the knees. It might even be helpful if you find a happy baby reaching for the big toes or the ankles. So feel free to take any extra stretch here before we find an easy seated position. So you can maybe even just do a half baby. Anything here, feel free to keep swaying on your back for a nice spinal massage. Whenever you're ready, if you are in that happy baby, start to bring the knees together, plant the feet, roll onto one side, and then bringing yourself back up into an upright position. So come back to a seated position here. So as we close up the practice, bring hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in through the nose, maybe an open mouth exhale. Sigh it out. That felt good. Feel free to do that a few more times. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth exhale. Thank you for practicing this one. Give this one a try. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a very peaceful day. Namaste.